This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.
Hello, I'm Megan Thompson with your top stories now from ABC15 Arizona, and we do have new details to share with you at a shooting involving Phoenix police. Investigators say this started as a hit and run investigation when they spotted a man who matched the suspect description near 16th Street in Jefferson. That's when officers say the suspect pulled out a gun.
Officers began negotiating with the man, giving him commands to get on the ground. They did use a less lethal tool to encourage the man to comply. However, at one point, the man reached into his person, retrieved a gun from his person, and that's when the officer-involved shooting occurred.
Police say that man later died from his injuries. The investigation remains ongoing now. It is Weather Action Day and potentially a record-breaking day due to the heat, and the unrelenting heat wave is sending more people to the hospital. We spoke with a Valley-Wise Health emergency room doctor, and he feels this particular summer is worse than years past. They've seen an influx of patients coming in with heat-related illnesses. In one instance, a doctor treated a patient with a body temp of 110 degrees. Your regular body temperature should be between 97 to 99 degrees Fahrenheit.
When it started to get really hot, we saw a lot of people. It continues, but I do think it's just we're going to continue to see a lot of patients, and it's on top of all the other medical emergencies that are occurring as well. So stay hydrated and stay inside if you can.
In order to help them, doctors use a raft-like device and fill it with 10 gallons of ice and help bring the patient's body temperature down. They also give many people IV fluids to hydrate them. Now to new details as the University of Arizona works to stop the Colorado River from running dry. The school recently received funding to improve water security along the river. Scientists working on the project say one of the most important ways we can conserve water is by changing the way we reuse it.
I believe that one of the solutions to the drought problem and the reliance on the Colorado River is to essentially develop and deploy more water reuse so that water can be reused in the basin and lower the demand on the Colorado River.
A lot of utilities are already helping with this by providing subsidies. Low flushing toilets is of course one of them.
Arizona tells us this project will be ongoing with another $3 million in federal funding expected during the next phase. Well, back to school is here with the first districts returning tomorrow. That includes students in the Tempe Elementary School District, which is switching to a year-round schedule for the very first time. We spoke to teachers at a back-to-school event last night who told us they're excited about that new schedule.
The benefits are that we have our kids back a little bit earlier, and then we can have those, like you said, 2 weeks off in the fall, 2 weeks off at winter, and 2 weeks off in spring. So we're super excited about that.
Students were able to get a free backpack filled with supplies. That's all thanks to a donation drive by State Farm and the Arizona Cardinals. Are you facing a lot of debt? Personal bankruptcy filings are up year to year. If you're having financial issues, bankruptcy may be a possibility. Get your personal bankruptcy questions answered and learn about your options tomorrow. The Let You Know team is hosting a phone bank. Bankruptcy attorneys with the State Bar of Arizona will be answering phones from 5 to 7 p.m. and it is all free.
Time for that most accurate forecast. I'm meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. The risk for heat illness, things like heat exhaustion, even heat stroke, which we know can be deadly, it's staying in that high to very high range across central Arizona and areas to our west, with at least a moderate risk for heat illness to high risk across northern Arizona, even some of our higher terrain, as the heat sticks around all week long and temperatures get even hotter. Our heat alerts remain in place across the state through the end of the week. For the valley, it's through Friday. For western Arizona, it's through Saturday. And for northern Arizona, those heat advisories are in place through the end of the week, too. Low 90s for Flagstaff, 104 in Sedona, 117 today in Phoenix. There is a chance for some storms, mainly along the eastern Mogollon Rim, but a few storms are possible in southeast Arizona with maybe some pockets of dust again in Pinal County, but a very limited threat today, even lower than what we saw yesterday. Yesterday, we had our first dust storm as we were talking about that potential. High temperatures will be near 118 to 119 through the end of the week.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, you can always head to abc15.com or go ahead and download that free ABC15 mobile app.
This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.